will throw you into the freaking warp. Right into the Eye of Terror. Do not put it past me. I will throw your butt right into the Eye of Terror. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be take 3. Another one of you mother... Space Marine. Take 3. Every single take. One of those blueberry smurf looking mother cluckers comes in here, tries to kill me. Luckily, they're basically cannon fire at this point from me. Yeah. Join with a Xenos race and the Imperial Man suddenly gets all sorts of pissy about it. Jeez, come here, freaking space tips. Anyways, let's get to the video. Hello everyone, I'm Casey of Coffee and Hobby, and today we're going to be talking about what I've learned in the 8th month of painting minis. Now, for those who don't know, I actually have a bit more of a storied painting career, and a career not in general. Not an official career, but I've done it all my life. I've made crafts at home, I've won awards for my pottery, so it's no surprise that I got into miniatures. But it was only 8 months ago that I actually was able to get my hands on some, as well as brushes and plastic glue to build and paint my own. We were at my grandma's house. This was before her passing. I'm not going to get into all of that stuff. But we were going through things, and one of the things we found in my aunt's old room in my grandma's house was a box of old Warhammer Dryads. We're talking like early 2000s, 90s style. They were plastic, but you could tell that they were definitely the older ones. I still have the box around here. Hang on, I'm gonna cut this part out, but I built and painted those. This happened early August. I kinda been off painting them a bit because this was kinda, I believe, just before I started actually taking my methylphenidate, and I kinda needed to be able to focus enough and stay awake enough to do things in general. Yeah, I may be addicted to coffee, but this does not do it for my tiredness. Anyways, so what did I learn over these past 8 months? Well, something I want to tell you. And yes, I know technically my first minis were hand-me-downs from my aunt, but the first minis that technically got myself basically was my dad's way of paying me for the work I do, because employment's an entirely different subject for me. But not gonna get into that in this video. But I got a whole bunch of minis at once. 3 ambush boxes, 2 of which I've painted. If you want me to paint the Abyss of the Forces ambush box, I'm going to need proper incentive. Otherwise, frick to the no. I am not a horde painter. I know I sided with the orcs, but that's different. They don't come freaking 40, 60 in a box of the exact same boy. That's not meant to say, like, you should always be getting less miniatures, but back to the topic at hand, this does kind of relate to that of, don't buy a whole bunch at once. Like, I think 1 ambush box would be good to start with if you go the Kings of War route. They also are coming out with Kings of War Champions, which is, I think, generally is meant to be replacing the ambush thing. Is meant to be a better version, but you can also just get the ambush boxes if you're wanting to start a regular Kings of War army. Anyways, start small when it comes to getting your models and your paints and that. Just general rule of thumb, any mini tuber creator will tell you to start small, get a few minis of them at one time. The Army Painter starter kit actually comes with a mini. It comes included when you see on this box. I actually gifted that to my dad. I painted it and gifted it to him. But I also had a bit more practice by that point. But generally, I would recommend. Hang on a second there. Stay dead, you damn Space Marine. 5 shots left. Because I already shot one before the video. No, I forgot to load it. That's what it was. I forgot to load it. Hopefully that also got some of your guys' attention. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. When it comes, I think I've gotten across the idea of starting small. And the next thing I want to talk about is don't feel the need to buy a whole bunch of super expensive stuff. You don't have to. A brush, a few paints, and the model. You're golden. But another thought of when making up this point in my video, because I don't do a script, I just do a list of points, either way, is a porcelain throne works as good as a golden one. Either way, you're shitting in it. I might have to cut that part out. So, then to kind of go along with that, I wouldn't kind of push you to make as much stuff that you can at home. There's a lot of simple tools that you can make at home. A dry palette is literally just, I know the poor hammer guys recommend like a slate ceramic tile. I haven't tried that myself, but I know ceramic well enough to where I know that's likely going to work pretty well. You could do a piece of cardboard, a paper plate, anything like that. If you want a wet palette, this is made from the packaging from the Army Painter starter kit. Couple sponges, piece of paper towel, boom, wet palette. As I pointed out in previous videos, this paint handle is literally just a pill ball. An over-the-counter pill bottle. You could literally go to your local pharmacy, get a thing of pain meds, and use the bottle as a paint handle. Do not, and I hate that I have to say this, do not chug all those pain meds at once to get the paint handle. If you must empty it, which I wouldn't recommend, put in like a bag or an other bottle or something. Don't take them all at once, because you will off yourself. It's said they have to say that in the modern day, but I kind of feel like I do. Because the stupid things people do. Anyways, moving on. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. This is something that, whenever you're learning anything, you need to know this. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Just go with it. And if you make a mistake, well then, oh well. You can fix it if you want to, but it can also be a good opportunity for maybe a kit bash. If it's more structural, or letting it be part of the paint detail. As Bob Ross would say, mistakes are not mistakes, they're happy little accidents. Sometimes it's hard to believe that man was a drill sergeant. There's one thing I'm going to say, there's another thing I'm going to say, and that second thing I will emphasize. The first thing is important. You just be patient with your glue. I use Testra's plastic cement glue. I also have some Tamiya. Dries quick enough, but it still needs to cure. Just be patient with your glue. And the second thing I am going to talk about is something I will emphasize, and I will push till the day I die. Thin your paints, or I will throw you into the freaking warp. Right into the Eye of Terror. Do not put it past me. I will throw your butt right into the Eye of Terror if you glob that paint on your minis and right to the Eye of Terror. Right to the freaking warp. Oh, and this is something that is really important. It has to do with paints. Continues the whole entire paint thing is you don't need a whole bunch of paints. You only need like a few and the most. That starter set that I showed off earlier, that I've been talking about, the Arm Pair Fnatic starter set. It is lovely. You can take the paints in there and make all sorts of different colors. The world is at your fingertips. You don't need a freaking humongous box of every single color that's ever been invented or that exists in the world. You don't need that. It's nice to have specific colors, for specific things, but once you figure out how to mix paints, you'll be amazed at just how many different colors you can get. The wide variety of things you can do. Oh, and gentlemen. Or ladies. Oh, and ladies. Now, I'm a single man. I don't know any of this for sure. I just know what I read from certain sites. You never want to get your girlfriend too wet. Otherwise, you'll make the entire room a complete mess from all that squirting. Just like with that, you don't want to squirt out too much paint. Less than you need is better than more than you need, so you don't waste any. That I do know. That's a big recommendation. One of the big things that you need to know. Less is better than more when it comes to paint or primer. And if you thin out, you're going to get more than you put on. So things will even out. Right. Oh, yeah. Before painting, have a color scheme in mind. You want to have a color scheme in mind before painting. You have an idea of how you're going to paint something. Like, I got my orc guy here. This is the boss. I'm using the Bad Moons color scheme, and I know it can be difficult for as an artist to come up with a color scheme, especially if you're just starting out. But play around, have fun with it, try on a few different miniatures. You can go the easier route of choosing like a faction-specific color scheme. If you play games like Kings of War or 40K, and that can act as a guide. But also don't be afraid to just try out different color schemes. Figure out what works for you, what works for the army that you're working on. And continuing that line of thought, don't be afraid to experiment. Like your mom in college with her roommate, Have fun, experiment, do all sorts of things, just minus the scissoring and the moaning. Have fun with it. Now, I mentioned this in the previous video, the previous big video, not the previous short, that a great way to get clean lines is to use tape, stencils, putty, and other things, whether you are someone with Tourette's like myself, or you are a normal person. Tape will do wonders for you. Tape, stencils, putty, covering up bits that you don't want painted will get you a cleaner appearance. I guarantee you that. As long as you cover it up, right, that is. Another one of you freaking blueberry mother... Before I left. Nothing else I got in my shotgun. And we're back. Sorry for that. Apparently I was being a bit too loud. I guess I just really got into the video. Anyways, back to the recording. So, seeing what we got covered here. Oh, right. Talk with others, show off your work. Getting involved with the community is an awesome thing. It will help you improve. And there's a lot of good people in the community. It's very diverse and accepting. So talk to people. Show off your work. Take pride in what you do. Even if what you do is painting minis and being an annoying a-hole on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's just now that we got that taken care of. Your primer and your base coat will affect your end result. That's unless you do like totally opaque, which you shouldn't be doing, then the primer and the base coat will affect the end result. That's just basic knowledge that you should know. When it comes to your brushes, if you're like picking up paint or drying off, you want to twist the brush, keep that tip nice and sharp. Take care of your brush also, otherwise it will stab you in the back, both figuratively and maybe literally if it decides to turn into a yokai. And most importantly, just have fun. This is a hobby. It's meant to be enjoyed and for you to have fun with it. So have fun. And now, to end this off, and apologies to my parents for being a bit loud, and to my sister. This has been Casey of Coffee and Hobby, signing out. Remember to drink coffee and paint minis.